What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. So, we're starting to see even more cracks in the economy, and we're seeing this here in multiple different ways. Take a look here. Okay, first up, if you've been watching my channel, you're seeing how multiple stores here are closing across the country. Now you can see here crime wave, major supermarket with 165 locations across the country may close store doors after reporting more than $500,000 lost to shoplifting. Yeah, and we're seeing this here a lot of across a lot of brands. Brands like Walmart, Target, and Kroger's saying this here, and this is becoming more and more of an issue. Community leaders have sounded the alarm after a supermarket lost more than $500,000 worth of merchandise to shoplifters. Theft has become a huge issue for retailers nationwide in recent years because the situation is particularly grave at Giant Food location in Southeast Washington, D.C. And Congressman is actually getting in to say this has to stop. Trayvon White, a city council person in Washington, D.C., has sounded the alarm about shoplifting at Giant Food supermarket in the city because it's the sole major grocery outlet in the city's Ward 8 could soon close if theft levels don't decrease, the politician warned. This is how bad theft is getting across the United States. Although closure hasn't been announced, City Council person Traylon White explained how detrimental that could be at a press conference. Fox News reported access to grocery is limited in that part of the city. The Giant location is the only major grocery outlet in Washington, D.C.'s Ward 8, which has about 85,000 residents. We know it's tough times. We know the price of food has skyrocketed in the last 3 years. But, quote, we cannot afford to hurt ourselves by constantly taking from the stores. Because, I mean, everybody is going to be without a place to eat, and enough is enough. He said the goods stolen at the supermarket accounts for roughly 20% of the store's sales. That's why the Giant Food has spent thousands to hire security guards and update its equipment. Employees have stopped theft suspects 135 times, but many more have gotten away without any immediate consequences. Yeah, let me know your thoughts here on this. I'll link you to a video I just did here on Walmart and Target, how it's costing them billions of dollars and they're having to close stores as well. And actually, it's causing them to raise their prices nationwide. So it's actually causing people to lose jobs because they're closing stores. It's causing them to raise prices nationwide because it's causing them over $1 billion a year in losses. And so think about this: people are losing jobs. They're literally closing entire stores, dozens of them per chain. And now we're literally seeing like whole stores being closed where people might not even have access to food anymore, and food prices are going up, and you got to think how much of this is because of the theft. And we're seeing this in food, we're seeing this in retail, and it's just getting at least a little bit out of control. Let me know your thoughts on this here in the comments. It's wild. Also, I want to show you guys this here. We have yet another looming auto workers strike here. So this is, or a new auto worker strike, maybe I should say, could cost the country $5 billion in just 10 days. A new analysis says a work stoppage by nearly 150,000 UAW workers at GM, Ford, and Stellantis would result in an economic loss of $5 billion. $5 billion in only 10 days if this happens, according to Anderson Economic Groups. The Michigan-based consulting firm estimates the total economic loss potential for the manufacturers and the auto industry. And the last round of bargaining back in 2019 led to a 40-day strike against GM that cost almost $4 billion just at GM. Yeah. Now, this one would be a lot worse because this potential strike could be against the three big auto, unions or the three big automakers, and would be dramatically worse. This is similar to what happened to UPS. Now, they made a deal here, and this was actually a big win for the workers. And let me show you this headline here, actually. Yeah, so take a look at this here. This is from Entrepreneur. How to become a UPS driver, which now pays up to, or will here soon, up to $170,000 a year when including benefits, the benefit package. Being a UPS driver has become one of the hottest jobs in the country. Here's how to land the role. And this is a little bit of a double-edged sword because it's really great for the drivers there. And honestly, we could see this actually for the automakers unions as they go to renegotiate their contracts. But on the other hand, it makes shipping more expensive, which is a cause of inflation. Everybody has to remember here the economics of this is that it's a little double-edged sword. For example, we'll take Walmart here. If all Walmart workers go and get a 10 or 20, 30% raise, that's a direct hit to Walmart's bottom line, and then they have to go and raise prices. Same thing with UPS now. UPS has to shell out billions of dollars more for workers. They're going to have to make up that money somewhere. Now, UPS is kind of rolling in the dough right now. They had billions of dollars in their war chest from over the pandemic. They were just kind of had a lot of money sitting around. But eventually, they're going to have to raise prices. It's inflation 101. And shipping will become more expensive. And honestly, with more and more people shopping from home, you shop from Walmart, ship it from home, you shop at, Walmart, Amazon, anywhere. More and more people just get things shipped to their home. Even if you get free shipping, it's built into the cost of the product. So you got to keep all this stuff in mind. On the other hand, people need to make a living wage or a good wage. All this stuff is kind of in balance. So I know that, everybody has their different kind of thoughts on inflation and who they want to blame it on or whatnot or this, that, or the other. But all this stuff, you just got to kind of, think it through a little bit. Yeah, so when UPS signed their agreement to bump full-time driver salaries when including benefits to $170,000, a $25,000 increase from where they are now. Um, they will get there soon. As you can see here, they will make about $170,000 annually in pay benefits when at the end of their 5-year contract. As of now, UPS drivers make about $95,000 a year, according to UPS. That's full-time drivers with a further $50,000 in benefits, like health care, and other stuff like that, paid leave, et cetera, for an average total compensation for about $145,000 a year. So it is a well-paying job. On the other hand, it's not exactly an easy job. Remember, they don't even have air conditioning in their trucks. I think they negotiated that in. We'll have to see what comes up out of this, but you also have to have the ability to lift up to 70 pounds on a daily basis for any given package multiple times a day. And you have to be running in and out of your truck all day long, rain, sleet, snow, or 100-degree heat. As you know, that has been happening a lot of the time. But you can go and apply at UPS and maybe get a six-figure job a year. And this is very similar to what we might see happen here next with GM, Ford, and Stellantis. Again, we'll either see a strike, which will cost the industry and the economy and hundreds of thousands of workers billions of dollars potentially per day, and a huge blow to the industry and a massive strike, one of the largest ever in the history of our country, if it happens, which it very well could, because we actually seen strikes like this in the past. Remember, UPS actually striked in the past as well. Or they will get a nice, healthy wage raise and benefit raise, and or prices will go up, aka inflation 101. Now, whether you blame this on Biden or not, whether Trump was the president right now, these type of negotiations would still be happening and those wages would still be going up, whether, or not, no matter who was the president. You just kind of think this stuff through. And even no matter who wins the next presidential election, some of this stuff is going to happen regardless. So, you guys can let me know your thoughts here, but this a lot of this stuff attributes to wage increases and prices of the products they make or the services that they do going up. So you just kind of take this into consideration here with our economy and the Fed also, that it just keeps pounding our economy. And honestly, I think we're going to continue to see the economy at best struggle at least a little bit until the Fed stops raising interest rates. That's going to be just like a kind of leg clamp on the economy until that stops, and I think that's going to be next year at the earliest. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below. Click the bell icon so you don't miss out on any new videos. Thanks for liking and sharing these videos here as well. Click here to see why customers are boycotting Walmart, or you can click here to see why Walmart and Target are closing stores and raising prices. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.